What got me was that she was 16 and he was 42. That part first. Let's start off there first. Cinnamon peanuts, Wrigley's, and bug juice. I know that I should have said all, but welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most and with no introduction needed by now. Shouldn't be anyways. This is Brains and the Beat. Alright, and I always say make sure you go over to her channel and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all those good things as well. You don't have to tell her that SouFLoTV sent you because she's right here and she see me I send you. Anyway, this video today we're going to talk about this topic where the girl said, I sent his girlfriend naked pictures of me and him in bed. Now this video comes from, or this story comes from a Dear Pastor. And y'all know the Dear Pastor stories usually are very titillating, to say the least. So big up to the star for this one. But we normally take these stories and we expound upon them. I found this one quite interesting. No long talking. Dear Pastor, I am almost 21 years old. She's almost 21 years old. I've been with my baby father for almost 4 years. So if you're almost 21 means you're 20 years old, and if you've been with this person for 4 years, then that means she's been with this person since she was 16 years old, right? Through our relationship, he lied to me about a girlfriend he had. I love this man. I wanted him for myself. He is 46 years old. So you were 16 and he was 46 minus, he was 42. So Fiar man was 42 when she was 16. Alright. He is 46 years old. He can help himself and provide for his son. I fought the girl out of the relationship with him. I sent her naked pictures of me and him in bed and called her multiple times for her to hear when we are together. I was working and was focusing on saving my money to finish my room and to go back to school to get a degree in human resource management. During my pregnancy, he abandoned me because I slept with my ex-boyfriend when my belly was only 3 months. That's what that age group mind frame. Anyway, during my pregnancy, he abandoned me because I slept with my boyfriend when my belly was only 3 months. He was partying and he was going to dinners with 2 other females who laughed and rubbed pictures of him and them in my face. So this was a bun for bun thing, this was a revenge thing, this was a you do it, me do it back to you too kind of thing, which is typical in Jamaican culture. They have this whole bun for bun thing. We're going to talk about that later. Let me finish the story up. Love hurts. Eventually, he came around when I gave birth to his son. After that incident, I swore that I would never allow another man to let me humiliate myself like that ever again. I know he loves me, but my question is, why does love has to hurt? I grew up without a mother, and I don't want my son to grow without his dad. One of the women he was messing around with is now 6 months pregnant. She wanted this multiple times. She told me that she's not leaving him, so I might as well get used to her being around. He denied that he is responsible for her pregnancy and said that the child is not his. Pastor, the same way he treated me when I was pregnant is the same thing he's doing to her. He said that I am his wife and he wants a life with me, but his actions are the opposite. Should I read what Pastor said first before we talk? Alright, so here Pastor him now. Pastor said, if you consider yourself a wife as wife material, if you consider yourself as wife material, this is Pastor, no, this is not me and no brains this yet, this is Pastor. If you consider yourself as wife material, as men often describe some women, and you want this man to marry you, you have to behave like a lady. You can't be so slack by sending other women nude pictures of yourself and the man you say that you love. Think of what you have said in your letter. You were 3 months pregnant, and to spite this man, you had sex with your ex-boyfriend. This is gross. Now, this guy tells you that you are his wife. Time will tell if he means it. Learn to control your anger. Learn to behave. Stick with one man. Your ex-boyfriend is going to laugh at the man you consider your boyfriend because he knows that you cannot be trusted. Alright. At this point, I would normally say leave your comment in the comment section below. Now while you get nice. But I'm going to let Brain speak first. Ladies first, as always. So have the floor.
I think I talked about this in a video that I'm supposed to put up with. And I was talking about sex, self-esteem, and self-worth. And you can tell a lot about a woman with the way she carries herself sexually. So if you are 3 months pregnant and you can have sex with your ex-boyfriend to spite your current boyfriend, that says a lot about who you are as a person, and also how you view yourself, your self-esteem and self-worth as a person. I don't know what you think you are going to achieve with that one, but that right there is disgusting to me. Like, that right there, if I was the boyfriend, I would never speak to you again because you're carrying my child. Like, you're having somebody else.
Boss juice in your belly with me picnic.
Yeah, when I said knocking on your kid's door, like, that's crazy to me. If you want to be a wife, you want the man to marry you, that's never going to happen. Because he's going to see you as being loose. Right? Like, loose. And I understand there's a double standard in Jamaica where men seem to can do what they want, sleep with a bag of woman, and there's no repercussions. But as a woman, you have to set yourself aside from that. You have to be the example, I guess. Especially in a situation like this, and you know that he's sleeping around. I wouldn't want to be a wife to somebody that I know for a fact is having multiple females, getting pregnant and sleeping with multiple women. Like, all that is going to lead to is disease.
Oi, disease and more picnic. Disease, more kids out of outside that he's gonna have to be responsible for if he's a responsible guy.
Obviously he's not.
Obviously he's not. You're 16 years old and you want a 42-year-old man. That alone in itself is destructive. Okay? There's nothing that a 16-year-old girl and a 42-year-old man have in common at all. Absolutely not. The only thing he can be to her is a dad. And the only thing that she can be to him is a daughter. It's gonna get gross when it comes to sexual intercourse and all that other stuff because they're just not on the same level. There's no way they're compatible. No friggin' way they're compatible. And at 16, her mind frame is exactly what happened. You do it, so me I go do it too, and me I go bun fi bun, you know, and probably argue about every little thing. Probably can't have a normal conversation because her mind's not fully developed yet. And all these other things. I know sometimes when we say, okay, in relationships, the two adults are together, but the man is significantly older than the female, that some of those relationships work because you have some young females out there, some young people that are more mature, both female and male, that are more mature than some older females. But in this case, this is a child. This is a baby, 16 years old, and 42-year-old man. I can't imagine what that conversation is like. I can't imagine what both of them living together, a couple, is like. What she do? What does she know how to do yet? Or maybe that's the excitement for him. And these are one of the reasons why I think in Jamaica, man, the age of consent needs to be higher. Because these grown men can go pick up little girls, basically, and turn them into housewives and then run circles around their head. You know what I mean? Now, he would have a big problem with this. He would have a big problem if this was a grown woman that had her own things, because she wasn't gonna sit back and be like, oh, so you have Jackie, and then oh, so now Sue pop up. Oh, I mean, I get naked picture with you in a bed with other woman. It wouldn't fly. Women might stay if them know, say, yo, you hold down the house here, but because I've seen it in Jamaica, that's what I'm saying. You hold down the house here, but me know say I have somebody else, you know, me not too sure, but me kind of know. That kind of thing. They'll stay, but when they're getting solid proof, like a whole picture of your whole naked body in bed, knock out after she ride it to sleep with one next woman and all these things, she's not gonna stay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember that used to say shame broke neck, and in Jamaica that's a big thing. Like, when it's okay when you have issues inside of your house and it stays within your house, but when other parties are involved outside of your house, it takes it to a whole different level. It's a whole different level of shame.
Yeah, when you're able to walk down the road and people are laughing at you, then and laughing at you is one thing from hearsay, but laughing at you with pictures to go around, that's shameful. You know what I'm saying? And then this girl now, again, this is what a 16, 17, 18-year-old girl would do, which is what she did, is show her whole body to everybody. Never mind that you're trying to prove a point, so you show send a woman a naked picture of you and him in bed, and both of you are naked. You just showed the picture of your entire naked body, which tells me as a man that you don't mind the world seeing you naked. So there's nothing there that I want to see then. There's nothing there about you that's sacred. Everybody see up in your way of corners, parts, and crevices. So why would I want you? You know what I mean? But she did that. And what do you think the other woman did when she got that picture? You think she didn't show anybody else? She shared it with everybody.
Showing it to her friends, having a nice kiki, laughing.
Right. So it's more shame on you more than anything else. Right? This could be a message for the young girls them out there, younger women out there. Pump your brakes, take your time, go slow. There's nothing that you and a 42-year-old man have in common at 16 years old at all. You know what I'm saying? If you were of legal age, even in your young 19s to 20s, I would say there would still could be a problem there in that relationship. But if you find yourself that's so and you're legally an adult and feel like you can handle that and make that work, full of business that. But when you're talking about 16, and I think he was with her before 16.
Yeah, because there's no way she just pop up getting pregnant.
Right, so you could imagine then, back it back one more year, a 41-year-old man with a 14, 15-year-old girl. Now we're talking about illegal. And now we're talking about a baby with an adult. So this relationship was doomed from the start. What I was trying to say is, it is only this kind of female that he could run this kind of game with. Run around her head, tell her all kind of things, and she believed it. As she grows and gets older and gets more mature in her thinking, this is one thing I keep saying. Scientifically, it's proven. Go look it up. The frontal lobe of the human brain is not fully developed until age 25. Here is my advice for my brethren them out there with a big one, with like young woman. Try find one with 25 and older here, because you're going to have problems if you're not 25 and older, for the simple fact that the frontal lobe is not fully developed. The frontal lobe controls higher thinking. If she's not able to formulate, if she's not able to get into a conversation, sit through it maturely with control of her emotions, and put sense, common sense over just, well, and you know how kids act, it's still there until about age 25. So for the simple fact that higher thinking is not fully developed, the frontal lobe is not fully developed, scientifically, you're going to run into problems. Proven that way. With this relationship right here, I don't know why she thinks she's wife material, and I don't know why she thinks he's going to marry her. He's been stringing you along for years. From you was 15, 16. You've had a child with him now, and it's been more years on. Now you're 20 going on 21, and he's 46 pushing up to 50. Him still not married you yet.
Still there running around like
still running around loosey-goosey. You still not fix your room yet. Your room. Like, you see, this is a kid mentality. She's not talking about buying a house together, joint ownership with her husband. She's talking about fixing a room. This is, she can't go beyond that. This is here, her side, her frontal lobe thinking, and this is the best she can do. You know what I'm saying? The man, you're wicked. In Wicked, you know exactly what he's doing with this little girl. That's all I have to say with this. And my advice to her, I understand she don't want to have her child grow up without the father. That part they've gone too far now, because regardless of what, he is the child's father. Make sure that your child has a relationship with his dad, but you're kind of fooling yourself. If certain things don't change or hasn't changed, it's probably never going to change. And I think she's going to probably end up getting used until she walk out, and then he's just going to draw in somebody that is similar to her and continue the cycle.
He's 46 and he's still running around sleeping with multiple women. Like,
yeah.
That right there is just a telltale sign that...
And a lot of girls go for older men because they think, well, he done did all the wild stuff already. I want somebody for me. So, I mean, I'm 40s now. I'm sure he's done all that. So I'm ready to settle down. He's not like the guys my age. Them wild, I want to experience everything. So I want somebody for me. Plus, I could learn from him and blah, blah, blah. All the things where the young girl tell herself about the older man. He's a bit more stable, ray. But to catch one that's this old, pushing up on 50, and he's still doing all the wild stuff that you do like in your early 20s and early teens, like, let it go. I don't think it's gonna work for you. That's my advice to her and my summation of this whole relationship.
I don't think it's gonna work either.
You don't think it's gonna work either?
He's way too old to be.
Yeah. This was doomed from the beginning. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I just can't get over the part where he was 42 and she was like 15 to 16 and thought that there was going to be she thought there was going to be for everlasting. But this is how an adult manipulates a child's mind, though. You know what I'm saying? That as well. She's in a manipulative relationship, basically, and he can get away with a whole lot. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Brains and the Beat on YouTube with the & sign, just like I'm going to put it right here. Alright? And we'll catch y'all in another video. I'm out. Peace.